Hi and welcome. Today we're going to talk about this lovely plant that I have here. This particular species is called the Premna Serratifolia, and basically it belongs to the Verbenacease family. I don't know whether I pronounce it correctly, but I will put the name on the screen later on. This plant here we germinate from seed, and usually people propagate it through cutting. And it took us a very long time to grow this from seed, and it's been almost a year, and you know, it takes a year to grow this big, and we're very excited to have it in our garden. So this tree can grow up to 2 to 3 meters high, and the leaf itself can grow as big as between 3 to 5 centimeters big. Yeah, this particular plant in Vietnamese we call it cây lá cach, right? And it's very common use in our traditional cooking, and basically we only eat the young leaf in our culture. We don't eat the older leaves, and we don't consume the stem or the root. As a child, I remember my parents used to cook them in soup, mushroom soup, stir fry, be it with frog, snake, rat, beef, chicken, pretty much anything really. And I don't eat those. I don't eat meat anymore because I'm a vegetarian. And also in raw salad or in wrap, like the traditional Vietnamese sizzling pancake, the yellow steaming sizzling pancake that you wrap them in. So that's the use in our culture. But I was quite amazed when I did a little bit of googling that I found that, you know, a lot of the medicinal side of this plant. And now that we have this plant growing, I'm really truly excited that we have it in our garden. I'm going to give you a general overview of the healing property, but keep in mind that there are 200 or so species, so it's not going to be just this particular species or whatever species that you happen to have in your backyard or growing in the forest or wherever. So, you know, don't go and consume these plants thinking that it will, you know, give you that kind of healing, that it will heal whatever ailment that you have, okay? Because it could be quite toxic and you could die from it, but eating them in moderation should be fine. So, you know, use your discernment. So one of the healing property this particular plant has is that it is a sweat inducer. So when you eat them, it promotes sweating, and it's great when you have a fever, because what the body tries to do is to cool down. So by producing or inducing sweat, it reduces the fever. Number 2, it's a calmative. It has calmative activity. Basically what that means is that it gets rid of the gas in your intestine. So after a meal, it reduces the sensation of bloating in the gut. The other thing it has is, because of the bitter property, it's an anti-hyperglycemic, so it reduces the blood sugar. Also, it helps with detoxing the liver. Another thing would be cardiotonic, so it helps promote the healthy functioning of the heart, and at the same time it also promotes the function of the kidney, because it has the diuretic effect. So what that does is that it excretes fluid from your system, and in the case where you have congestive heart failure, when the heart is not pumping fluid around the body effectively, or the blood volume, this particular plant will reduce the amount of fluid in the body, and likewise helping the pumping mechanism of the heart to reduce the stress or the workload of the heart. Now, I don't suggest if you have a hypotension, which is low blood sugar, low blood pressure. If you eat a lot of this, then definitely you're gonna faint. You're gonna feel dizzy. So have it in moderation. For topically, the indigenous people use this for wound healing. So when you have a wound, when in their culture, they crush the leaves and they apply it onto wound, and that promotes the wound healing. At the same time, now depends on where you read the information. They use the plant from like all part of the plant really. The only part that they don't mention in the research is using the seed and using the flowers, but from the leaves, the bark, the stem to the root, you can use them. For me, I will not do such a thing because I only have 2. Well, yes, I only have 2 plants and I'm not going to use the root, and I will hopefully try and propagate some more and you know, grow a lot of these, and just for consumption, because it's excellent in cooking. The aroma is so unique and so beautiful, and I would recommend that you try them. Alright, so that's it from me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.